Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 27th to July 3rd, 2022. This is a general reading with messages that Libra needs to hear. The roles of individuals or the energies identified in this reading may be swapped, so take whatever messages resonate for you and leave behind for others those that do not. To get a broader view of the week, check out readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. I'm going to lay out these cards and then go through the meaning of each of the different columns and the cards within them, and then further clarify with more tarot cards. Okay, so in this first column, we reveal what's been shaping your perspective. You have this 10th house of authority. You have the wheel, 10 of wands, 5 of swords. In this second column, we look at the major life lessons that are impacting you the most this week. You have this card of sacrifice, which is equivalent to the hangman, and this card of consciousness. You also have 2 of cups, ace of wands, and queen of pentacles. You also have in this third column messages from your guides and guardians. You have Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. You also have 9 of wands, page of swords, and king of pentacles. So this 10th house authority card indicates that what's been shaping your perspective lately has to do with either your view of others in authority, how people view you in a position of authority, and how you even possibly view yourself in a position of authority. So I think it's interesting. You have the 10th house, and then you have the wheel, which is the 10th major arcana card, and then also 10 of wands, which indicates in the 10 of wands having a lot of responsibilities, heavy burdens. With the wheel, it kind of indicates ongoing changes and fluctuations, ups and downs. With the 5 of swords here, there is a sense of winning at all costs, or dealing with problems and communications in a way where there's a concept of being right and then being right and making others wrong in that process. So let's take a look at the wheel here. So it could be perhaps for some of you it may be that you're dealing with stress, headaches, things along that nature, and it may be making your responsibilities tougher to manage. Here you have the 3 of cups clarifying the wheel. So it kind of indicates that if there's been a change lately, then it affects how you interact with certain people. So this may be a job where you've been given more responsibilities, you've been given a promotion, and the people that you kind of were just friends all on the same page, there might be a concern of actually affecting that that change may affect, where you're wondering if it'll affect how you interact in your relationships with others. Let's take a look at the Five of Swords. You have the Chariot here. So there is a sense of, you know, wanting to advance, but with, you know, usually the Five of Swords is kind of a sense of false victory as well. It's, not knowing when to walk away from a lose-lose situation. So there may be concerns that wherever you are, wherever you're advancing right now or have been, you know, whether that is something that you know, just looks good on paper, looks good only to certain people, and whether that is you know, worth whatever trouble or worth whatever headache that might actually bring about. So let's take a look at the Ten of Wands. You have the Six of Pentacles, and this is, you know, a card about balance and harmony, and it's almost a sense of having you recognize when you need to delegate certain tasks, when there's too much, you know, if there's too much on your own plate. You know, if you were given a position of authority, if you earned it, if this is something that has to do with like career or education, it could be that you worked hard to get where you are, and it may be that you don't want to ask for help or delegate tasks, but then it kind of well, not wanting to do those things because of certain ways that you think others will view you. But ultimately, Six of Pentacles kind of indicates, you know, if you are in a position to help others, then help others. If others are in a position to help you, then you can just, you know, ask for help. And really here, I'm almost seeing like this wheel, almost not necessarily as just changing situations, but this individual is at the top of the wheel here. So I do kind of see this concept of you being in you know, a higher rank of some sort when it comes to people that you socialize with. And so it has to do with almost how you think they're seeing you in this position. So here, major life lessons impacting you. You have this Sacrifice card. Here it's, you know, kind of like a heart that is being hung up instead of an individual. And with this Consciousness card here, it's kind of gives similar imagery with, you know, the line going down the middle, and then there's multiple loops here, and there's, you know, one loop here, but it's somewhat kind of giving, you know, similar vibes for me. With the Hangman, or the Sacrifice card, it is about seeing things from a different perspective, and helping to, in getting that perspective, either kind of connecting with a higher knowledge or a higher power, and in that process kind of letting go of ego. And so this Consciousness card is also kind of indicates a process where you see things and are aware of things where ego is kind of left out of that, or kind of asking the question of what is it that you're connected to, what is it that's important, what is it that you are takes precedent in your reality when you take the ego away from things. So here, this concept of this word of sacrifice and the Queen of Pentacles card kind of indicates like a mothering type of energy, or giving up something to kind of take care of others, to nurture a community and connect with others. With this Ace of Wands, it kind of indicates a new opportunity, new spark of life, a new idea. So for some of you, this aspect and this change of your kind of ranking or position, power position in your social group is kind of having you think about what matters. And here with the Two of Cups, definitely indicates that relationships matter to you a lot, and possibly there's something that may need to change, or you're gearing up to change some things. The Sacrifice or the Hanged Man card is the 12th card in the major arcana. The 13th card is the Death card, which is about transformation. So the Sacrifice card, or the Hanged Man, is about kind of seeing things from a different perspective and preparing yourself for that transformation, preparing yourself to let go of certain things that aren't serving your best and highest good. And it may be that you're recognizing what doesn't serve your best and highest good is, possibly even seeing things in a way of like rankings. This could totally not be about a formal position in relationship to those in your social circle, but how a certain way of recognizing who the popular kids at school are, who the and kind of recognizing like a pecking order of things. And actually, as I say that, I noticed this kind of crow pecking at the head of this individual in the card there. So here it's almost as if you're going to have to go inward a little bit, and kind of sense your surroundings in your environment, and kind of feel what is important to you as opposed to what society, mainstream way of looking at things, what's important in that sense. And here I'm kind of noticing how the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands individuals, their eyes are closed, and it's almost as if they are sensing with their third eye, their heart, their intuition of what is really important. So let's take a look at the Queen of Pentacles over here. You have the Nine of Wands. So, for some of you, whatever the situation is over here, it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of responsibility, and you are able to do it. You are going to accomplish whatever goals you set out to accomplish there. And possibly needing to recognize that you also need to practice some self-care as well. But you are definitely, stepping up and taking on a lot. So let's see where this Ace of Wands leads us. You have the Seven of Cups. So here there is some type of new idea that you have. You're not really sure about what the outcome would be. It's kind of in the brainstorming phase, or just kind of daydreaming about these things. But it is definitely, when it comes to your goal of victory here with the Chariot, it feels like this process is slowing things down a bit, but it is helping you to connect more with yourself, your higher self, others around you. Let's see what we have in the Two of Cups. You have a Knight of Cups here. So for some of you, part of this suspension and kind of reassessment of things may have to do with how you communicate with others, what you reveal about yourself. And for some of you, it kind of indicates a relationship, a friendship, a romantic relation, something that is new in your life, or maybe a concept that you hadn't explored about a friendship turning into something a little bit more romantic is kind of popping up. But that somehow kind of plays a role this week in what it is you are kind of dealing with in the suspension sacrifice aspect of really starting to think, maybe not starting to, but focusing on others and making sure that they're satisfied and that they're okay, before you focus on yourself, but to kind of make sure you're taking care of yourself and knowing when you've had too much and need to ask for help. So here, in terms of the messages from your guides and guardians, this teacher awakens. It says you have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So with Mary Magdalene, this keeper of the light is kind of an individual who really supports radical changes, bringing people together for a common idea that is I guess trying to get them looking at the positive. Basically, it's a sense of feeling that you are being, possibly people talking about you behind your back, thinking negative things about you, and maybe you've been kind of looking at how others see you, that you are have been ignoring something that you want to speak out about or protect others from. You have the Nine of Wands here and the Nine of Wands clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. So with the Nine of Wands and the Page of Swords, it's almost a sense of needing to find a new way to deal with a situation, because you're definitely taking on a lot, and it's going to be wearing you down. You have this King of Pentacles over here, and this kind of indicates maybe a goal that you have about protecting yourself, protecting others. With the Queen of Pentacles, it's kind of like a more active aspect of that role, and wanting to actually protect others. So, you know, for some of you, this might have to be with a job where you're seeing that people aren't treated fairly, or you want to kind of step up and have people aware of like working conditions that aren't that are just like overwhelming and not productive, and really wanting to protect others, provide for others, and be a source of stability from that. So it may be that what you are wanting to say, what you're wanting to actually make people aware of, is not going to be popular, and so there's some concern about that. But here it kind of indicates that what you want to relay is important. So here there is a sense of needing to really convey to people whatever your message is, and the purpose behind it, or the ultimate result of it, is so that people are embracing, you know, positive connections amongst themselves, positive connections with joy and happiness. So this could even be, you know, perhaps you are, it's making me think of the war with Ukraine and Russia. Kind of like something along those lines of wanting to speak out, wanting to really possibly find more information out to confirm what it is that you are thinking or feeling, and really lay the groundwork to explain something to others. So let's take a look at the Nine of Wands. You have Two of Swords, and this is about being at a place of like crossroads or stalemate. So definitely this Nine of Wands energy, even though you have that determination, you have the ability to keep going, it's almost as if you will be constantly stuck there unless there's some type of change in how you look at a situation, or how you approach a situation or talk about a situation. And here it's interesting that Two of Swords in this deck, you can see where the swords are. In the traditional deck, the swords are pretty much, the tips of the swords are outside of the frame of the card, and that kind of indicates a sense of not even knowing like the full extent of the facts or the information, and not having so much information but not getting everything. So that kind of is where this Page of Swords picks up, of really trying to find more information. You have Ace of Cups, and it's almost as if the information is not facts and data, but you'll find that it's more about how people connect with each other, and wanting that sense of joy, that sense of happiness, that sense of connection to something greater than themselves. And let's take a look at the King of Pentacles. You have the Page of Cups. So here, this concept of looking at a situation with a sense of curiosity, possibilities, imagination, as opposed to having hard, cold facts and data, is really going to help get to that point where you can step into that more of that energy of kind of hands-on, teaching people what they need to know, how to deal with a situation, how to approach a situation, how to communicate about something, and really the message that you want to give is going to be more received on an emotional level, inspiration, hope, that kind of concept, as opposed to facts and statistics. It might help to have those to back up the more emotional aspects, but don't spin your wheels trying to get that. And actually, it's kind of making me think of the facts and data is kind of considered authority, like the authority to back up whatever it is that you're trying to prove, trying to share, trying to get people to recognize. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.